HBCU Overdrive is proudly sponsored by WeWorkForEverything.org. At WeWorkForEverything.org, this is for those who are trying to build for a dream. With their latest hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and accessories and more, you can have it all here at a reasonable price. Black owned and operated out of the great state of New York. Like I said, get suited and booted. Check it out at WeWorkForEverything.org. Peace. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? This your boy Doc Holiday. We back with another HBCU tonight in conjunction with HBCU Overdrive. Make sure that you like this stream. Make sure that you share it with folks that you don't know, that you do know. Your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your sister, your brother, whoever. Share the stream. Like it, comment, but most of all, make sure you become a subscriber. Make sure you become a subscriber. And also make sure, if you want to, become an exclusive member of the hottest HBCU podcast that's out there right now. I'm going to go ahead and put this sticker on here. We're trying to get to the road to 2K. The road to 2K, that is what we're trying to do. Let's see who we got up in here. Got all black. What's going on, fam? What's happening? So, Mayon, what's going on, man? What's going on? Miss Amber, how you doing? Tony C, what's going on? We got the Oracle in here. Knowledge. Chuck Hunt. Coming live from Monroe, Louisiana. We got Uncle Said in the building. What's going on? We got Miss Mary from the 305, Rattler Nation. And we got the Bishop up in here, Mr. Campbell. It said, countdown to Miami. Happy B-Day. Yep. Yep, that is correct. Simona's birthday is today. It is. She did tell me her birthday is today. So shout out to Timona over there. She loves D. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to her if you haven't already done it. Jay White, as always, Jay White is in the building. Alabama A&M. You ain't lying. Another day to have a successful show. You ain't lying about that. Ain't that right, babe? Yeah. She just walked out the door. She on the phone with her sister. Yep. Uncle said we gonna talk about that. I got a whole list. But if you haven't done it yet, man, look, if you don't know, you're gonna know today. This how we gonna do. This how we run down the shows now. So I put out my little commercial. Kind of bright right there. And I'm gonna have my boy on here, DJ from Raw Truth Media. He'll be on here in a little bit. So I'm gonna send him the link to it. But yeah, man, make sure, like I said, you want to become a subscriber, hit that subscribe button on the YouTube. You want to hit me up on Twitter and on Instagram. It is under at HBCU underscore overdrive. I am on both platforms. I'm mostly on. I am majority on Twitter, or formerly known as Twitter, but now it's called the X. Uh, and I'm going to start going ahead to be more on Instagram too. So you'll catch me on both of those platforms, plus on YouTube. We're gonna start getting up on Facebook. I'm gonna try to get a Facebook thing going on, uh, and also just pretty much every aspect, Snapchat, uh, TikTok. I'm on all of that. So um, we gonna get on all we gonna be on all of that. So we're gonna take over the internet, y'all. That is my plan. That that is what I am cooking up right here. Is my boy Zach, aka Blue, from the Blue Bloods CFB. Y'all already see what it said. Make sure y'all get those get those likes in, man. Cause Blue been out there, you know what I'm saying? Blue been, you know, been true to this ever since I done came on the scene with this podcast, with this channel. So shout out to my boy Blue, man. We gonna get up in there. We gonna get up in there. Also, like I said, you want to become an exclusive member. My assistant, Miss Akwe, she will put everything in there. Let you know how we do it and what's the perks. So we're gonna add a little bit more on the perks too. So just be on the lookout. But if you want to become an exclusive member, all you have to do just jump out of the chat, hit the join button. You pick two tiers. It's Overdrive Blue, Overdrive Purple. Uh, we got big things going on to this for this channel, and each time you become an exclusive member, your proceeds go towards either an initiative or towards the channel. Nothing goes into my pocket whatsoever. Also, like I said, if you haven't done it by now, me and the missus, y'all see her, the lovely, the lovely Mrs. Holiday, Lady Holiday for everybody that don't know. Uh, Join us as we tackle child speech impediment. All proceeds will help sponsor a child that is in need. So let's hit that cash app. All proceeds go to the cash app right over here. $ HBCU Overdrive. So I'll just let everybody know what's going on. Big B, what's going on with you, man? What's going on? We got Miss Lillian up in here. What's going on, Miss Henfield? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Bleed the Blue, happy birthday to my bro right there. I am Group, happy birthday to you. And like I said, she loves D. Hey. Hey. Yeah, 2 months till my birthday coming up. All right, October the 8th. She not in here, Miss Amber. She on the phone with her sister in California, so she gonna be on the lookout. She be on here watching. But boom, like I said, happy birthday from each to me, to everybody that's on here. HBCU Overdrive, the family. We wish everybody that's in the month of August a happy birthday. I want to send a special happy birthday to my aunt, Prairie View alumnus, Miss Sonia Howard Smith. She is an educator over at DeSoto High School. She was the one who introduced me to be, HBCUs out there. So, hey, I appreciate that from my auntie. Uh, I ain't gonna guess her age because y'all already know what I say. Black don't crack. But Man, we gonna get up in here. We gonna get up in here. That's it for now. That is it for now until we get up in talking about all these topics that we got going on. The last day I would say next week, but we might just extend it because I still only got $438 right now. If you want to go ahead, you can do 5, 10, whatever you can do. It will help. My goal is the goal. Our goal is to get to $2,000. $2,000. I'm probably gonna do it about it. Do it a month long initiative. Do it to the end of August. I think that would be the best way to do it because trying to do it within a couple of 2 weeks. That's not. I don't think that would be feasible. But I mean, it can happen though. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it won't happen, but I know it can happen. So, I already know. Look, I know about the teacher pay. Lily, being a substitute teacher myself, my aunt being an educator, being a teacher, I know exclusively about. Um, I know exclusively about um, teachers' pay. So let me go ahead and make sure I can get onto the Cash App on my phone. And we gonna get to that too, Aquay. Yeah, we gonna get into all that. All right. Um, Not gonna leave no stone unturned. Got my Arizona as always. Got my Arizona as always. So come on now. Mrs. Everybody say hello. Hey. Oh, don't forget, hey, y'all better act like y'all know it because the Mrs. birthday is next Monday on the 21st. She gonna be 21 again. That's what she said. But anyway, first of all, let's talk about this. Uh, let's talk about, and I know we are all in organizations, D9, Masonic, any other fraternity, organization, from college, whatever, right? We got my boy Raw Truth Media DJ up in here coming in live straight from Texas, man. PV versus everybody. PV by 23. You funny. You funny. Um, let's talk about these perps. Let's talk about these perps before we get to the meat and potatoes over here, man. These perps going out here. If you haven't seen that video, it was a chick that was perping, aka said that she was from, I don't know what chapter it was, but she was from the chapter down at Florida A&M, and it was seen that she got them letters stripped. Like they yanked that stuff. They yanked the shit off of her, man. Like literally. I don't know why people be thinking that you can get away with stuff like that when folks gonna find out regardless. Regardless of the fact, folks are gonna find out. So, hey man, look, I'm gonna say it just like this. If you want to be in the organization, go through it the right way. If you already graduated, go through it with grad chapter. You know what I'm saying? Um, ain't no need for you to go out there and perp it. Ain't no need to go out there and perp it. So like my aunt, aka my late cousin, she's an SG role. Um, Got a couple of deltas in my family. Uh, Most of us, me, Mason, Masons. I'm in Alpha Phi Omega. I got a cousin that's in TBS. Like, hey, I just said just like this. Don't fake it. I mean, if you gonna fake it, don't be put it out there on Instagram and Twitter and stuff, because folks are going to do their due diligence and they're going to do their research. It, it just like this. If you ain't official, we will find out. So ain't no need to perfect. Just go out there and do it if you want it. If you want to get out in these organizations, go out there and actually go through the process and earn it. What up? What up, man? What up, one man? So that is my whole spiel on that. We gonna get into this next one right here. This next slide right here. Look, y'all. This is kind of crazy to me because this is, I want to say, near and dear to my heart. But he was pretty much a pioneer in hip hop. If y'all haven't seen, man, y'all don't know. Magoo, he passed away at the age of 58 uh, in his home. I think it is home VA. So he passed away at 58. He was a pioneer on the music scene, especially for Virginia, to put Virginia on the map with Timberland, with Missy Elliott, having regards to do songs with Aaliyah, just basically putting Virginia Beach on the map, and I just want to say, you know what I'm saying, rest easy. Um, Rest easy, man. God got you in his hands, and um, really that's all I can say. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, you in VA? Man. That's gonna hurt though, bro. It's like they put Virginia on the map. And then listen to the first album that him and Timberland came out. I had that first album when I was in college, man. And I still listen to it whenever I get a chance to listen to it on Apple. So, but like I said, yeah. Uh, rest easy, bro. God got you, and prayers to his family and anybody, all his loved ones that was real close to him. All right. But so next, next on this list, next we going about real fast, y'all. The Rankin County Six plead guilty on the state charges, and let me pull this up because I appreciate my the assistant Aquay for letting me know what was going on, and shout out to Miss Zamoria. Appreciate you for the donation, and happy birthday to you. I meant to say that to you. Happy birthday to you, Miss Zamoria. Let me pull out this article. I got this from WLBT. Rankin County 6 plead guilty to state charges for beating, torturing two black men. Under it says Rankin County Sheriff Brian Bailey said he hopes the pleas bring some sense of justice to the two victims. This is coming out of Brandon, Mississippi, which y'all know you got to drive slow in Brandon. If you ever been to Rankin County, you drive the speed limit or you drive 5 miles under the speed limit. All 6 former Rankin County deputies entered a guilty plea deal Monday to state charges of beating and torturing two black men They had already pleaded guilty to federal charges. So meaning that he got a charge, they gonna serve that fed and they gonna serve that state. It just depends on how much time they get. And y'all know with the fed, you gotta serve what 90, almost 90% no, not even 90%. You gotta serve federal charge day by day. You gotta serve that fed charge day by day. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You you gonna be sitting in a jail cell, and then when them state charges hit, you gotta serve that too. And on the state charges, ain't no time served or nothing like that. They gonna make you serve. So the 6 bills of information, one for each former law enforcement officer, list the violations of state law, but do not go into detail like the federal filings from the U.S. Attorney's Office, first unsealed 2 weeks ago. To my knowledge, never in the history of Mississippi have, in particular, white officers been held to account for brutality against black victims. To my knowledge, this is the first time that this has occurred. So we're certainly happy about that, said Trent Walker, who represents the victims in this case. First of all, shout out to Trent Walker, Jackson State alum, man. Shout out to Trent Walker, Jackson State alum, making sure that justice is served and that his clients get the justice that is needed for them. And if y'all know, if you ever go on Ken Clark, you hear him speak, it sounds like the quiet storm on the radio. But him representing these two guys, man, it's an honor to know that one of our own is coming out there and bringing justice for everybody, for the little people, y'all. Because that's what I mean. I'm gonna say it just like that. It's the little people. Former Rankin County Deputy Hunter Elward, the man who shot Michael Corey Jenkins in the mouth during the night of torture and sexual assault, has been convicted on aggravated assault, home invasion, and conspiracy charges. Former Deputy Christian Dedman awaits sentencing for home invasion and conspiracy, which suggests he and Elward were the ones who entered the home illegally, kicking off hours of abuse and racial slurs hurled at Jenkins and Eddie Parker. The other four former deputies, Brett McAlpin, Jeffrey Middleton, Daniel Updike, and former Richland police officer Joshua Hartfield pleaded guilty to hindering prosecution in the first degree and conspiracy for their role in not only covering up torture, but helping come up with false charges against the two men to try and justify that excessive force. Rankin County Sheriff Brian Bailey issued the following statement to the media in reference to the pleas. We hope that today's guilty pleas bring some sense of justice to the two victims in this case. In one of our first public statements, we said if any deputy or suspect involved in this incident is found to have broken the law, he will be held accountable in accordance with the law. I believe today's guilty pleas show the community that our system of checks and balances is effective. An unbiased and impartial investigation into these former officers uncovered their criminal actions. We thank the men and women of the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Mississippi Attorney General's Office, the U.S. Attorney's Office, and the United States Department of Justice for their time, energy, and effort devoted to this case. The Rankin County Sheriff's Office continues to evaluate and modify its policies, procedures, and training for all Sheriff's Office employees. We have asked for assistance from outside agencies and contracted with outside firms to evaluate us, make recommendations, and conduct training. These actions are taken to prevent anything like January's tragedy from ever happening again. Whew. So that is the statement from the sheriff, uh, from the head man in charge, Brian Bailey, from the Rankin County Sheriff's Office. That speaks a lot to it. So an extensive search of federal court filings uncovered nearly a dozen other cases of alleged assault and civil rights violations involving at least one of those former officers. Three on your side analysis of cases investigated by the Attorney General's office finds these former officers are the first to ever be successfully charged by Lynn Fitch since her office was given exclusive jurisdiction to prosecute officer-involved shootings last July. Since that time, of 19 people killed by police over the last year, only 4 have been resolved by Fitch's office. In 3 cases, AG spokesperson Debbie Hancock said the use of force was justified. In one case, a grand jury refused to indict despite Fitch pursuing charges. On Monday, state prosecutors clarified the 6 former officers' plea agreements. Circuit Judge Steve Ratcliffe, who will preside over the case, does not have to accept those requested sentences. However, any state prison time will run concurrently with the federal jail time those former officers will receive as well, which they'll learn in November. Below is a breakdown of the plea agreements in the Attorney General's office has submitted and the former officers have been agreed upon. So Hunter Elwood and Christian Dedman, they were basically the main thing with those two was the home invasion, the burglary and home invasion, and then the conspiracy. But Hunter Elwood, like I said, was the one who was charged with the aggravated assault. So now this is a proposed sentence for all of these guys. So Mr. McAlpin, he can get 15 years in MDOC custody with 10 years suspended. Hunter Elwood they said he could get 20 years in MDOC custody with 5 years suspended. Christian Dedman, they'll say he'll get 15 years in MDOC custody with 5 years suspended and 5 years in post-release supervision must surrender law enforcement certificate. Mr. Middleton, they proposed 15 years in state prison with 7 years suspended. Updike, the same thing, except for he'll get 10 years suspended. And Mr. Hartfeld, 15 years in state prison with 10 years suspended and 5 years in post-release supervision. Most must surrender law enforcement certificate. I'm going to say it just like this. If they propose all this stuff right here, now one of these fools need to have a badge, nor a gun, nor not to ride in any kind of police vehicle unless they riding in the back with their hand cuffed in it. No, Israel, they didn't get the chief. The chief came in and basically he put out a statement on there, but they don't need to get a pension. They don't need to get nothing. Their pension needs to go to those 2 victims. I'm so serious, y'all. Their pension needs to go to the victims. They don't need to have a law. They don't need to have nothing dealing with law enforcement. And if they try to go somewhere else with law, to try to go for law enforcement, that needs to follow them just like a scarlet letter. And thank you, Mr. Buckley. They don't need to have no suspended time. They need to serve all that. So my whole thing is, in the state of Texas, I'm gonna tell you just like this. And if y'all know, if you from the state of Texas, look, y'all already know. If you got a federal charge that can go with the state charge, they're gonna make you they're gonna make you do that Fed time first before they even hit that state charge. I had my brother, my little brother. He he got into some trouble. I'm gonna be honest with you. He got into some trouble, and ain't nothing like this, but he got into some trouble. Um, what he was doing, white collar crimes and stuff like that. I mean, he got hit with a Fed charge. He had to he had to do all the time. It didn't matter where. It didn't matter where he was at. He had to do all that. He had to do all of the time. And you don't. And sometimes they can get your ass in the middle of the night and send you out somewhere else. Like they don't need to get. Yeah, you right, Ron. They don't need to get nothing. What they really need is a foot in their ass. I'm gonna say it just like that. They need a foot in their ass. And the if I'm the State Department, or if I'm the uh, Justice Department, I'm going after the whole county. I'm going after the whole county, because to me it's like, if they was doing this before, and I know Richland is in Rankin County also. If they was doing this before, and the chief has some sort of knowledge for it, yeah, fire every last one of them. Fire every last one of them. If the chief knew it was taking place, fire his ass too. Because everything is happening on his watch. And that I'm just being real honest with you. Everything happening on his watch. See if I get Mr. Ford. If Mr. Ford is in here tonight. But like I said, they shouldn't have nothing. 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 They don't need to have nothing. They need to walk around in shame. And it's been like that. The police department, I think the police department is the Ku Klux Klan. It ain't the new, but it's always been like that. It's always been like that. Because the police was nothing but the slave patrol back in slavery, in slavery times. That's all it was. Police ain't nothing but was nothing but slave patrol. So I'm gonna see if I get my guy DJ. I'm gonna send him this link, and then after that we'll get on to the next one, man. Because I want to talk about this, and I want to get everybody's opinion. Yep, there you go, Mr. Ford, right there. How you doing, Mr. Ford? Can you hear me? Uh oh, Mr. Ford, can you hear me? Everybody in the chat, give a thumbs up if you can hear Mr. Ford. If he ever came on, if he's talking right now. So, Mr. Ford, I'm gonna jump you off and then you come back on. Okay. All right. But okay. So he's gonna come back on. Hold on, let me get this thing. Like I said, I'm gonna get this to DJ. All right, all right. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so hey DJ, if you still on there, man, go ahead. You can come on and and Mr. Ford, you can come on back on there if I think I sent the link in there already, so you should be able to come back on. What up, DJ? What's going on, man?
Man, it's all good. Peace and blessings to the chat. Peace and blessings to the family. How y'all doing?
Man, we doing good up in here. It's not. It was hot today. It wasn't as hot like it was the last month.
Well, like Grandma said, it's hotter than Satan's toenails out there, man. It's
Man, bro, it's been barbecuing up here in Dallas.
man.
But yeah, man, we've been talking about. I've been talking about this. The Rankin County 6, and so they got charged with federal crime, and then they got the state charges put on them. And I'm looking at this, and I'm reading out those proposed charges. Like they giving them 10, 7, 5 years suspended. Like crazy.
Yeah, this I mean, this is some wild stuff, man.
Can you hear me, Mr. Ford? I still can't even hear Mr. Ford. About to say, tell Mr. Ford turn the mic off mute. But yeah, man, it is some wild stuff though. So, like I said, former Jackson State alum Trent Walker, that's the one in the middle right here. He presiding over the case. You know, he helped presided over the case for the two for his two clients, and you know, I feel like justice got served, but I don't think it got served enough.
Yeah, I feel you on that. The officers did get charged, but let's be honest, brother. It's pretty laxed
Mm-hmm.
of what they gave them, and it's always like that, especially in our community. It's always that game within the game. It's like we got to play another game in the system to really get true justice, because justice has become another word. Just us. That's what it's become. Just us. Anything regarding to us is just not fair treatment. But yeah.
I always say if this was in Texas, man, they did this in Texas, they would do everything at them.
Oh yeah. They would have thrown the book at these.
They would have threw everything. I'm telling y'all, man, they would have threw everything at these dudes. So let me. Somebody said it's a WLBT.
Well, Doc, we got how many days? We got 12 days.
12 days.
Man, the talking it's gonna cease. We're gonna have a winner and a loser that
Oh
weekend.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, Mr. Ford, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but I know something's like I'm.
I think you're in a bad spot. I can hear him, but I think he's in a bad spot.
He may be in the country somewhere.
I'm about to say, Mr. Ford, jump off.
Can you hear me, Doc?
I can hear. I can hear a little bit now.
Go back out.
No, you good now. We can hear you
You
now.
want me to
Can
go back out?
No, sir. You good.
Oh yeah. I was listening to you. I was when you were talking about the brother who passed from Virginia. Now, two people came to my mind. Isn't Pharrell from Virginia? And what about Pearl Bailey? Is Pearl Bailey from Virginia?
I know Pharrell is.
Pharrell is from Virginia.
Yeah. How about Pearl Bailey?
Pearl Bailey. Are you
Yeah,
talking
I thought about them people. And
I think your connection on your end is choppy, Mr. Ford.
Okay, I'm gonna go back out and come back in.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll go back.
Hey, Doc, I know we're talking about, other teams in the SWAC, etc. But I wanted to mention this on Grambling, if you don't mind.
Oh, we got a whole bunch because I got one more thing to talk about, and then we gonna get right into it.
Yeah, my thing is Grambling has, as we all know, they play Hampton on September 2nd, their first game.
Mm-hmm.
They have to win that game no matter what. They have to win that game. If they want the momentum that they truly yearn for, if they really want to win the SWAC or contend it, you got to win that game.
True.
That's going to tell me a lot about Grambling State. And one of the things I want Grambling to do, they're going to have a high, fast-paced offense. It sounds like a dead horse, but I'll say it again. They got to get the running game more involved. The running backs are too talented to not get enough touches. When you run for, what do they run for? 5.8 yards a carry, but you want to settle on passing. I think that, let's be honest, Hugh Jackson was trying to figure out who the quarterbacks were going to be and utilize the passing game. I get all that. Run the ball. You do that, you may go far in this SWAC year, man. But they got to win that game, man.
That's true. But yeah, if y'all, hold on, we're gonna get back to this. If y'all see this from WLBT, because I think Mr. Buckley, you wanted to see what the pending charges would have been. But yeah, those are the pending. Mr. Chambers, I'm sorry. These are the proposed charges that they talking about doing. The proposed sentence. So, like I said, Mr. McAlpin, his charges was hindering prosecution in the first degree and conspiracy. So basically, what he was doing, he was covering up the shit. So, 15 years in Mississippi Department of Correction custody with 10 years suspended. So that means if he gets 10 years suspended, this fool's only going to serve 5. And that's on the state. This is just basically state. And it all depends on how much they get on the federal, you know what I'm saying, the federal charge, what their sentence going to be for the federal. Hunter Elward, he's the one that shot the guy in the mouth. So his sentence is going to be 20 years in MDOC and with 5 years suspended. So basically, if he's
they got off easy.
Yeah, if this is just proposed. This ain't final. This just proposed. That I want to get everybody to understand that. This just proposed. Because if it was final, boy, you gonna have to march on the damn state capitol. All right, Mr. Ford, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
You still a little bit choppy, but
I can hear.
Yeah, we just gonna have to make do what it do right now.
Okay, so I'm still.
Yeah, it might be on my end, but it's. Let me see.
I'm just seeing like a little. See it on your picture. It's like a little circle going around. I don't know if that's why I
Yeah,
know something going
I
on.
think it's on me. Hold on. I'm gonna switch over my hotspot. Oh yeah, that's the reason why. Ooh, Spectrum old dirty self. All right. All right. We should be good. All right, Mr. Ford, can you hear me now?
I can. I hear you great. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We good. We good now. We good. We just want
Absolutely.
to make sure. Yeah, we
Okay.
want to make
All
sure.
right. Yeah.
So I was reading out these proposed sentences from these guys. This is on the state level. So the
Right.
this state level sentencing is like what you say, DJ. They got out. They gonna get off easy.
Yeah, that's 20 the proposed 20 years, and that was the guy that put the barrel over the guy's mouth, right?
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
But at
that's
least
predictable.
it's all 15 years, right? Most of them everybody got pretty much 15 years plus the one got 20 years, and is pretty much I don't I don't what I'm saying, get it. I don't see it. But like I said, it all depends on what that federal charge, what they're gonna give them on a federal level. Because they give them 40 years, shoot, you might as well just go and call it a day. Because I always say, like, man, if they prosecuted this in Texas, they did this, they would have threw the whole book at these dudes.
Yeah, because it would get to a point if it was in Texas. To be honest, Doc, I agree with you on that because one thing about Texas, when you embarrass their name, let's not act like they care about people. But you know how they. Let's be honest. But when you
Yeah,
embarrass their name, shoot, they take that very seriously.
you good. You right. You're right. They take it very seriously. What you think, Mr. Ford? I think he said
Can
had
you
to
hear me
take.
now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Am I still
I can.
dragging?
No, you good now.
Okay. You can
You
hear me?
good. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Did you have a question? What were you saying?
So we was talking about these guys that got the state charges. They pled guilty on the state charges, and we know they pled guilty on the federal charge last month. Um,
Right.
to me, I was reading out the state charges. The
Uh-huh.
proposed. This is what they proposed, y'all. I ain't saying that was gonna happen. This is just what they proposed. Um, like to me, the proposed state charges didn't, to me didn't make no sense. So, oh, here goes one. He said, Mr. Williams said they each facing over 100 years federal charges. So it don't matter what you do, you're gonna stay in jail. But my whole thing is, if the sheriff knew about this, he knew it, he should be there right along with them. And then you have to have the state or go ahead.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Ford. What you were saying?
Yeah, yeah. Now you said Brandon, Mississippi. Did you say Brandon?
Yeah, Rankin County.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this: the guy that plays third base from the Braves, Austin Riley, is he from Brandon?
I don't know. Let me see, because I'm I'm a Braves fan.
Look up Austin Riley. I thought he's from Brandon. Is that is that like DeSoto County or DeSoto City?
That's Rankin County.
That's outside of Jackson.
That's right next to Jackson.
Okay, so that's right. That's not right. That's okay. I got it wrong, man. Because I know that Austin Riley. I don't think is he from Brandon, Mississippi? Where's he from?
No, he from DeSoto County, Mississippi.
That's up near
Memphis.
Memphis. Okay.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, yeah. I was just saying these guys they gotta throw the chief need to get up out of there. They gotta take control of the sheriff's department there in Rankin County. And I mean it is what it is.
Oh yeah.
But if they facing at least over 100 years, 100 years on these federal charges, man, this is gonna be a wake up call for everybody in that, for everybody that's working at that sheriff's department. It's gonna be a wake up call.
Probably been terrorizing them people for years, man. This is systemic, man. Listen, they just got caught, but they've been doing that for years.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably generational.
Yeah. So I'm gonna touch on this next subject right here. I want to get y'all opinion on this. So I put out here, was The Blind Side a sham? And the reason why the reason why I put it like this question, was it a sham? Because this is coming from none other than Michael Orr. Michael Orr, he basically said that the Tuohys, he alleges that the Tuohy family never adopted him. And that says a lot. That says a lot. So this is from ESPN. Retired NFL star Michael Orr, whose supposed adoption out of grinding poverty by a wealthy white family was immortalized in the 2009 movie The Blind Side, petitioned a Tennessee court Monday with allegations that a central element of the story was a lie concocted by the family to enrich itself at his expense. The 14-page petition filed in Shelby County, Tennessee probate court alleges that Sean and Leanne Tuohy, who took Orr into their home as a high school student, never adopted him. Instead, less than 3 months after Orr turned 18 in 2004, the petition says the couple tricked him into signing a document making him his conservators, which gave them legal authority to make business deals in his name. Let me continue on this. The petition further alleges that the Tuohys used their power as conservators to strike a deal that paid them and their 2 birth children millions of dollars in royalties from an Oscar-winning film that earned more than $300 million, while Orr got nothing for a story that would not have existed without him. In the years since, the Tuohys have continued calling the 37-year-old Orr their adopted son and have used that assertion to promote their foundation, as well as Leanne Tuohy's work as an author and motivational speaker. The lie of Michael's adoption is one upon which co-conservators Leanne Tuohy and Sean Tuohy have enriched themselves at the expense of their ward. The undersigned Michael Orr legal filing says Michael Orr discovered this lie to his chagrin and embarrassment in February of 2023, which when he learned that the conservatorship to which he consented on the basis that doing so would make him a member of the Tuohy family, in fact, providing him no familial relationship with the Tuohys. The Tuohy family did not immediately return phone calls Monday to numbers listed for them. Their attorney, Steve Faris, declined comment to ESPN on Monday, saying the family would file a legal response to allegations in the coming weeks. Sean Tuohy told the Daily Memphian website that he was stunned by Orr's allegations and said the Tuohys didn't make any money off the movie, only a share of proceeds from Michael Lewis' book, which was the foundation for the film. We're devastated, Sean Tuohy told the outlet. It's upsetting to think we would make money off any of our children, but we're going to love Michael at 37 just like we loved him at 16. Orr's petition asked the court to end the Tuohy's conservatorship and to issue an injunction barring them from using his name and likeness. Also seeks a full accounting of the money the Tuohys earned using Orr's name and to have the couple pay him his fair share of profits, as well as unspecified compensatory and punitive damages. Since at least August of 2004, conservatives have allowed Michael specifically and the public generally to believe that conservatives adopted Michael and have used that untruth to gain financial advantages for themselves and the foundations which they own or which they exercise control. The petition says all monies made in said manner should in all conscience and equity be disgorged and paid over to the said ward Michael Orr. Orr was a rising high school senior when he signed the conservatorship papers, and he has written that the Tuohys told him that there was essentially no difference between adoption and conservatorship. They explained to me that it means pretty much the exact same thing as adoptive parents, but that the laws were just written in a way that took my age into account. Orr wrote in his 2011 best-selling memoir, I Beat the Odds. But there are some important legal distinctions. If Orr had been adopted by the Tuohys, he would have been a legal member of their family, and he would have retained power to handle his own financial affairs. Under the conservatorship, Orr surrendered that authority to the Tuohys, even though he was a legal adult with no known physical or psychological disabilities. The petition alleges that the Tuohys began negotiating a movie deal about their relationship with Orr shortly after the 2006 release of the book, The Blind Side, Evolution of a Game, which chronicled the story. Yeah, this is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. Somebody lying. I want to know who lying. According to the legal filing, the movie paid the Tuohys and their two birth children each $225,000 plus 2.5% of the film's defined net proceeds. The movie became all right, tens of millions of dollars or more in home video sales. The film received the Oscar nomination for Best Picture, and Sandra Bullock won the Best Actress trophy for her portrayal of Leanne Tuohy. While the deal allowed the Tuohys to profit from the film, the petition alleges a separate 2007 contract purportedly signed by Orr appears to give away to 20th Century Fox Studios the life rights to his story without any payment whatsoever. The filing says Orr has no recollection of signing that contract, and even if he did, no one explained its implications to him. The deal lists all 4 TUI family members as having the same representative at Creative Artists Agency, the petition says. But Orr's agent, who would receive movie contract and payment notices, is listed as Deborah Brannon, a close family friend of the TUIs, and the same lawyer who filed the 2004 conservatorship petition. The petition alleges Brannon did not return a call to her law office on Monday. So, whew.
Hey, brother.
That's a lot right there, y'all.
Hey, here's what I think may have happened.
That is a lot to put in right there, y'all.
Bro, here's what I think may have happened, man. Now, if you read a conservatorship, right?
Right.
That's when an individual gives someone legal status and appoints them to manage their financial and personal affairs.
Right. It's basically what Britney Spears had. She was trying to break away from her folks.
So I can see where the TUI family proposed to him, "Oh, I wanted you to sign this so we can be your guardians," and he was left probably to think, "Oh, I'm about to be adopted to this family." But I think I read something where he hired a private investigator and they figured out he was never adopted. It all makes sense. It all makes sense now. And that was capped when Miss Tui said they didn't receive the money because they get book deals and advancements and etc. So that I already know that's a lie. But I feel bad for the brother. You put your trust in certain people and you see this happen. But I'm not surprised by any of this type of stuff, man. Shout out to Hoop Jargon in the building.
Yeah, shout out to Hoop, man.
They used the young man. I mean, that's what a conservative. Think about it. Why would Michael Orr let them sign a conservatorship where they can have his financial gains in personal affair money? That doesn't make any sense unless they told him that this was for guardianship.
Right. And I think that's what it was. I think it was more for we're going to be your guardians. Nobody can take this away from you, but we're the ones that's going to be out there looking out for you. I'm gonna be real honest with you, bro. I'm gonna be real honest with you. He got hustled by some hustlers.
Yep.
That's no what it is. About it. He got out hustled by some hustlers.
Exactly.
And they just had that instead of being this, they's this. And if a movie made over $300 million, and you getting 2.5% of that proceeds to each family member, so that means that Sean Tui is getting 2.5% of that movie deal. Leanne is doing the same thing. Sean Jr., which is SJ, he's getting that, and Colin, which is the girl, she's getting that. Plus, the person that represented them, the Brandon, Deborah Brannon, she's getting that too. Like they hustled him. They hustle him. Like it I don't know who was his agent, but all I know is, to me, it is not saying that he might not even read that, but they told him, read the papers for conservatorship, but they put it in a way where they said, "Hey, we're going to be your legal guardians. You're going to be adopted into this family."
It just tells you, like this type of situation, you can't trust anybody. Now, it's easy for us to say, man, if it was Michael Orr, we would have done things differently. But for a brother that had a tough life, he really
Mm-hmm.
thought it was genuine. He really thought
He thought
they
it
were
was
for.
it was a genuine gesture. So, and to me, I just felt like I don't think they had the empathy at that time, and they figured, well, he's big, he's strong, he could, he's athletic.
Right.
Um, he's going to bring us some money. And to me, watching The Blind Side, I mean, I watched the movie. The movie was all right. It was decent. It ain't like when we watch Friday Night Lights.
Oh no, it ain't about that. Hey, that Friday night. Hey, I had a debate one time. They was telling me what the best Texas football teams of all time between the 1985 Yates team and that team with Dallas Carter. That
Carter was light. I mean, Carter at that time was light years ahead, but then Yates before
I
then.
man, Odessa Permian has never been beat like that. Like when they was really
Yeah,
good. Man, they beat the what 38-7 or something like that.
No, you talking about Carter?
No,
Carter
I'm talking about Yates. Yates beat in '85.
Ooh, I had to go back and look at that.
Yeah, they beat them pretty bad though.
Yeah, man.
But hey, Doc, I wanted to play this video right here. This is Michael Orr talking about that whole situation. He was speaking to SEC radio. Wait, let me play it real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Very grateful for the time that I moved in with them a couple weeks before my senior year of high school. I was an All-American already going into that senior year, but I'm very grateful for the time that I spent. Showed me tons, and I can't leave out the other families that helped me. 9th, 10th, and 11th grade, sleeping.
Could you hear that?
On their couches and floors as well. So
that's the untold story. Michael, tell us about that. Like, that's the untold story that we need to know.
Yeah. 9th, 10th, 11th grade, I was couch surfing, floor surfing, and, just making a way, doing everything I could to be successful and putting the work in. I like to say, meeting people halfway. Of course, I came from an environment that was rough and had a lot to learn, a lot to grow, but I was going to put the effort in. And, if you were willing to help me, I was going to do my part. And I think that's the biggest thing that has been missed in my story this entire time. And, you had rumbles of me saying certain things, and the story is not close to being over. And it's more to come. So, but, with that being said, when you deal with so much adversity, and to be an All-American and have scholarships to, excel at a private school, if you don't have the want to and the drive within yourself, nothing will get done. I don't care what someone's doing for you, who's bringing you in. You have to be able to, comprehend and that it's a greater goal out there than, what's around you. Very grateful for the time.
Yeah, so he's pretty much saying that like when he moved in with the Tui family a couple of weeks before his senior year, he was already an All-American. and in the movie, they made it seem like they helped him play football and taught him the way to play football and offensive lineman, and then he became an All-American. So they juiced that whole story up. And then he also mentioned that there was other people that was not named in the movie that helped him out along the way that didn't get the credit.
Yeah. Yo. If he's saying that he was already an All-American before he even moved in with them.
Yeah.
boy, they took it. I'm gonna say it just like this. He got hustled. He got out hustled by some hustlers that didn't look like him. I'm gonna just say it just like that. He got out hustled by some hustlers that did not look like him. And you was on the he was on the other side of town, on the other side of the tracks. And they made him really, and I'm gonna be honest with you, y'all. He should have went to Tennessee because Philip Fulmer was raving about him, and I don't care about Knoxville being racist or not. I think he would have had a better chance at University of Tennessee than he was at the University of Mississippi at Ole Miss. Oh, did I say that wrong? My bad. Oh, I said it right. I said it right at Ole Miss.
Man, this, I'm praying for the brother. I hope he gets every cent from that, man.
He deserve it. It don't matter if he was. It don't matter if he was already making millions in the NFL. That movie alone, just alone by itself, should put him over to where he's 37 years old. He's already retired. It should put him over, and he don't have to really do anything for the rest of his life. If you know how to manage your money, and if you learn like just money management and investments and any type of investment where it make your money's gonna make you money, then he should be set for life. But they hustled this dude.
You see Cedric Walker, he said it best. He's owed $10 million from proceeds of the movie.
He need to be owed more than that because that was just what that movie came out in 2009.
Yeah, 2009.
That movie came out in 2009. You might want to double and a half that right there. He need by at least 30 mil. The movie made over $300 million.
I bet Sandra Bullock was like, she probably reading this stuff saying, "Man, I should have." Why did I have to do this?
And don't get me wrong. It ain't Sandra. The movie. It ain't Sandra Bullock's fault because she's just doing her job.
No, I was just saying, like, she probably like, man, why did I even take this? Like, when you take a movie that you find out that's horse shit, it's probably the worst. It's the worst film in the world, man.
Yeah, it was like that. That movie was basically bull. It was basically bull junk. I'm just saying this, like literally.
You know what we just learned about talking about this, my brother. Running game does not discriminate at all, bro.
It don't.
All right, this is what they did, man.
They ran game on that boy.
I hope he get every cent back, man. Someone said 100 million. I hope he gets shoot.
He get more. He need to get more than that. Like for real.
You look at their social media, the Tooney family, man, they living like shit. This is all because of Michael Orr.
It is. It's all because of him that they live. I mean, of course, they was already business people and everything too.
Yeah, but they were never at that level.
Yeah, it's time to go to court. I'm gonna have to look. If I'm Michael Orr, I'm gonna have to go in there, put on some big mic, boom, 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 boom. It's time to go to trial. It's time to go to trial. That's what I'm talking about. If I'm Michael Orr, I'm gonna have to put on some big mic talking about it's time to go to trial. Somebody going to get man, but we could talk about this all day, y'all.
So because of Michael Orr's name, this hustle tell chick, Leah, whatever her name,
Leah Tui,
a motivational speaker, please.
Yeah, I think on this picture I should have put some bars in front of them, in front of the Tuies, because they need to go to trial for real.
Talk
Like, for real.
about they devastated that Michael Orr would say that. Well, you shouldn't took his money, and then convinced them. Oh, we're going to adopt
Right,
you.
Chris.
You're gonna be a Tui.
My
All
bad,
of a
Chris.
sudden,
You right, Mr. Big. My bad. But it's time to go to trial.
Whitley says, I mean, come on, these white people look shicey as hell. Yeah,
They
they don't even, man, they
and
don't
they
even
went to
look like
old
the clean
piss.
version. Right.
And they went to old piss. Come on now.
Well,
But
they look
man,
like some scheming folks, man.
man, come on
Especially the
now.
father.
I don't know. I don't think it was the father. I think it was Leanne. I think
That picture says all. That picture right there that you have, that says it all right there.
It says all right there.
He was like, I'm about to scheme my brother. Like,
Man, they knew they that's a walking bank machine.
Sean looked like he just going with the flow. You're like, you like it, I love it. Let's do it.
I ain't saying they was devastated. I'm just saying this. I'm saying this. It's just Big Mike. It's time to go to trial, man. And Mr. Allen, he right. The NCAA knew they were suspect. That's the reason why they investigated everything that was going on in the part of the movie, everything that was going on, but they didn't want to seem like he was. They want to make him like he was slow. That man is smart as hell.
That's probably the few times that the NCAA was right.
Yeah.
When they said something was weird with their family, and it wasn't really. If you look at the history of Michael Orr and then their family, they weren't really trying to press Michael Orr. It was really the company he kept his family, or the so-called family that didn't want to be his family, but had him sign a bunch of documents to get his money.
I mean, that's like he 37 years old. Dude, that's like 20 years right there. 20 years of his life he been lied to. He is 37 years old. Michael Orr been out of the NFL for probably like a couple of years now.
Oh, and Doc, by the way, to add on to this part, what the lawyers that the Tui family are going to do, they're going to try to say, oh, he needs the money and stuff. Michael Orr, to my accounts, he's doing pretty well. He retired earlier than most players.
He getting the NFL pension.
Yes. He seems like he's good with his money, just from afar looking at things. So that's definitely not going to work in court.
Nah, but he just need the money that was owed to him. That's all.
Yeah.
That's it. He just need the money that was owed to him. But man, we could talk about all this another time because this would be a whole separate show right there.
Right.
But yeah, we about to get into the meat and potatoes of this thing, man. They don't know. They don't know. And everybody's been talking about this. This is everybody's talking about. Everybody's been talking about first and foremost, who's going to be the quarterback at Jackson State. So now, from what I'm hearing, you got people say it's a loaded quarterback room, meaning that you don't know what you're talking about. But to me, you got a loaded quarterback room where everybody has some sort of skill set to add to the team. So you got Grayson Thompson, who should have been Shador's backup. I don't care about JP Andrade being the backup. I don't care about Vitali being a backup. Grayson Thompson was supposed to be Shador's backup. Like if Shador went out of the game or he got hurt, Grayson is supposed to be in there, supposed to go in there and do the job that Shador is supposed to do. Point blank. I'm saying just like that. Point blank. So he's still on the roster. So you bring in a Zy McDonald from University of Louisiana. His skill set is he's at the dude is freakishly athletic. He's quick, got quick feet, and he is pretty much he can throw the ball. It's always, to me, it's like he uses his feet to make sure that he can have a lane to throw the ball. You got Jacobian Morgan, Canton graduate, went to Syracuse, played in a couple of games in the ACC. Decent arm, great size, 6'4", 6'5", 235, 240. He's coming in with, what I'm saying, out of all the QBs that's on the list, he is the one that has the most eligibility on the team, since he had redshirted his freshman year, and also he has a COVID year, and he's back. So
yeah, I think Jason Brown's going to be a starter. Jason Brown has played in games, albeit a backup for both Virginia Tech and South Carolina in 2021.
and also throwing for over 3,000 yards at St. Francis on the FCS level too. So let's not forget that.
Yeah, he has talent. He was a Phil Steele All-American, first team All-American in 2020. So let's not forget that he has the talent to be that guy. Again, he's a senior. It's really Jason Brown's position to lose, unless he just comes out not consistent. This is his job. I've been consistent in saying that. If someone said it best about Jason, this is Jason's time. He's a senior. He's been there and done that. When they play against FAMU, there's nothing that he hasn't seen. FAMU's going to be a great team.
Right.
And I'm glad that matchup is going to happen for the second week. But Jason brings a maturity that is needed for the quarterback position. When you lose so many players, albeit adding a lot of talent, you need a signal caller that can calm things down when things get close and make sure that everyone is aligned in the sign. If I'm a new head coach, that's the best type of quarterback I need, is a Jason Brown. And I'm sure TC Taylor's asking Jason Brown, what are some plays that you're comfortable with when you was in the SEC, when you were starting at St. Francis?
Mm-hmm.
What can we do to build this team around you? I bet you they have conversations about that. I just truly believe that Jason Brown, he's already built. He's 6'2", 230. He could take a hit.
Mm-hmm.
We're not saying he's Shadur Sanders. I don't think anyone in this space has said that. But Jason Brown can lead Jackson State to a lot of wins. And that title you have right there where they said they don't know, I saw that clip with TC Taylor.
Oh, yeah, I was there.
Yeah, you were there.
I was there. We was there. I didn't get a chance to see when he first was talking, but I did get a video from the rest of it. But, yeah.
For the Shines who said that Jackson State will lose 3 to 4 games, they must be smoking the best herb money could buy. Right. Because I don't think they know how good this roster is. I'm going to give you an example. Seven McGee, right? How many athletes in the SWAC is as good, as electric as Seven McGee?
I don't know. It's not too many. One of them was Ryan Peppins, but he transferred out this past spring.
Right. What
The
about
other one, Zay Smith, he graduated. He's in the NFL now.
yeah, that too.
It's not too many. It's
And,
not too many.
and we go a step further, Asias Guthrie. Now, how many DBs can cover like him and have that range?
First of all, how many DBs can sit out a year and a half, almost 2 years, and still come back and basically be pretty much what he was when he was at Delaware State? Ain't too many people that can do that.
No,
But I like
not at all.
this. I like this what Blue said. Blue said there's no way that Jason committed to somewhere just for him to hold a clipboard.
Man, I forgot he's in his 7th year.
He did not. He didn't just go somewhere just to hold the clipboard. The dude wants to start. He wants to end his college career on a high note. Like he does not want to be sitting around just holding the clipboard. Because if he's going to do that, basically he would have hit that transfer portal after the spring season.
And back to I know you mentioned Grayson Thompson. Grayson, I'm truly happy for Grayson Thompson. I'm gonna tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the few times where the coaching staff is valuing quarterback competition, and
Right.
we all appreciate what Shadur did. But let's be honest, it was his show, and nobody else can compete.
Nobody else can get. Yeah,
It was his show.
You know what? I just thought about this. I had a talk with Coach Hayes. If y'all don't know, Coach Hayes, Hampton alum, but you know what I'm saying, University of Miami fan, like diehard fan, because he's from down there in Miami. Hialeah. Shout out to him. So we was on this show talking about, Colorado. And if my dude Surfer Boy was up in here, he would tell you, like, I was trying to make points. Like, they were saying that, well, Shedeur, I said, well, if you look at it, Shedeur, when he got knocked out the game at Alabama A&M, whatever y'all can say, y'all can say, well, Andrade did this and did that, but the offense was never the same when Shedeur was out of the game. When you put Andrade in the game, the offense never looked the same. That's why I was saying in over there, I was telling him that Deion never developed his players. He just went out there, put the best 11 on offense, best 11 on defense out there and say, go get it. Point blank. He never, like with Grayson, Grayson, Andrade, Vital, whoever was the QBs after Shedeur, he never developed those QBs and say, hey, I need y'all to maintain this game, maintain this lead. That's what he never done. He never did that. And I'm looking at it too. He's doing the same thing at Colorado. It's Shedeur and nobody else. Like, and it's a funny thing. I was saying this too. Well, all the people that was, this is what I'm saying, like all the players that moved out, that left us, right? So I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything bad, but now it's Gaddy, all right. Second team all swag or first team all swag? I think the last season.
Yeah.
All right. What he do? He transferred to Missouri. Guess what? He's the third string DN. Savion Wilkerson, who was your leading rusher last year with almost 1,200 yards, he waffled on going up to Colorado and gets up there. Guess what? He's the fourth string running back again.
See,
when he got to Jackson State, he was the fourth string running back until he took over in the third game of the season.
And just watch. And I hope Savion does well, but that's where he's at in the depth chart. Just watch JD Martin. When they see JD Martin getting those yards, getting those touches,
Oh
if they,
no, Brandy. Yeah,
yeah,
Gaddy is third string defensive end on the depth chart at Mizzou. Savion Wilkerson is the fourth string running back at Colorado. Tyler Brown is going to be starting. Shador is going to start. Cam Silman Craig is going to start. We know Travis is starting, and we know Shiloh is starting. Shiloh started because it's his last year anyway. He go out with a bang. But those other
you know what's so
players.
sad about this, bro? If Savion would have stayed, he would have had 1,000+ yards.
Thank you.
And he would have
in this offense.
Yeah, man.
In this offense, he would have 1,000+ yards running the ball, y'all.
But Savion, it's clear that he moved. I mean, he transferred because he was following Dion. And I'm not saying he's wrong, but that's what it was.
But like I said, you do what you do. You are a grown person. You are making grown people decisions. This is what if you are in your 30s, we make decisions like this. Do I want to pay this bill to right now and make sure and not have any food in the house? Or do I want to half this bill and make sure that I have food in my house? Those are decisions that we make every day.
Amen. Amen.
You just make it.
TC Taylor.
Yeah, go back to TC Taylor.
I wanted to point this out. I'm glad that TC Taylor is keeping things under vest. There's too many people using his name wrong, saying things about this team that's not true, and he's protecting the university. I'm 1,000% for it. If TC wants to not reveal who's the starting quarterback, I'm good with it because there's too many, like someone said, gossiping sites and saying a bunch of bullshit that doesn't resonate with the team. So he's putting that out there that he's controlling the narrative.
Yeah, he is. But yeah, we had a big old argument. Like, Coach Hayes wanted to talk football. We was trying to talk football, but everybody was he was saying that it's that these new CU fans don't know jack, but they like they gon'. It was funny because he was saying that so what are you gonna do against TCU? Oh, TCU ain't about nothing. But I'm like, do y'all know that TCU was in a national championship game without saying that they got the brace beat off of them, but they was in the national championship game. They knocked off Michigan in a semifinal game. They got to, and then I was like, the quarterback for TCU is the original quarterback is back. He was hurt. That's the reason why Max Duggan came in and took over the team like he did. When the original quarterback got hurt, they was already 3-0, like 2-0, something like that.
Bro, don't Colorado fans know that Chandler Morris is that dude? They gonna see, man.
Oh my God.
They gonna see, man.
Bro, we watched him when he was in high school. I think Chandler he's from where is he from?
He went to Highland Park.
Yeah, yes. He went to Highland Park. He was coached by Randy Allen, one of the greatest coaches in Texas high school football history. Up there. Way past Gordon Wood now, who was the king of Texas high school football. But like, dude is a beast. I don't care what anybody say. That man about to feast. And then I tell people, every team is going to have some sort of turnover rate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying it just like this. Every team had a turnover rate. It's what you can do to turn that negative into a positive. And what I see TC doing, what he has done has turned an immense negative into a stupendous positive. If I put it in a sense like that. But yeah, like we got 2 weeks, 12 days, y'all. 12 days 12 days till we go and suited and booted against South Carolina State.
Is it true that they have Jackson State as the underdog for the South Carolina State game?
Yes, it is.
What? Do they really
Yes.
want Jackson State to be the underdog?
Well,
Damn.
I'm gonna have next week I'm gonna have have my boy Kobe on the show so we could talk. Oh, well, Blue said that ain't true, but some people, I'm gonna put it like this: it ain't. I know as far as national, it ain't true, but I think other people got South Carolina State having Jackson State's number in this game.
Yeah, I see what Blue's saying. Probably the national writers have Jackson State winning that game, but other people, HBCU community, I've been seeing people say that they think Jackson State gonna lose that game.
Bro, it's haters that said that. It's the haters. They said because like an 18-point favorite, that's a lot right there. That is a lot on that line right there.
Right.
but we gonna see. We're gonna see when they kick the ball off and they're gonna be hitting somebody else besides their teammate.
You know, one thing I noticed about Jackson State's O-line and D-line is looking at the roster. Now, I have not seen the new roster play yet, just like everybody else. But these some big guys, man. Cameron James from Minnesota, 6'8", 320. And they got guys 350 pounds, 330, 340 pounds, 6'4", 6'5", and even taller. And then you returning on the O-line part, Evan Henry and Kirk Ford and adding the talent that you have with that, and especially the high school talent with Quavion Davis is 6'8", 350. This looks like a MEAC team, but that's in a swag.
Mm.
They're gonna play a different style from everybody.
Yeah, shout out to JB Senior, man. Shout out to Mr. Brown. He up in the chat. You already know he taught Ray, he give out rave reviews about his son, and he also let his son know you messing up. I'm gonna need you to get your ish together. But I had to put this I'm gonna put this hold on. Gotta get this little thing going on right here.
Oh, no doubt, bro.
Make sure join us. Like I said, join me and the missus. We tackle child speech impediment. All proceeds will help sponsor a child that's in need. Send out donations to Cash App. Just let everybody know that. Make sure you hit the Cash App. You want to do a donation to the initiative, or you just want to donate to the channel altogether. Boom. I had to put that in there because gotta run a commercial.
Hey, bro, you're doing a good cause, man. I want to say this. I'm proud of you, what you've done with your channel. You should be at 2,000 shit. You should be at 5,000 right now, even more.
Man, I wish I would, but it's slacking right now. But it's all good. It's all good. I ain't gonna trip on it.
Yeah, just keep going, man. People like that real, man. Nobody like that, dark energy shit. So, we want to hear about sports.
Oh yeah.
Keep it.
Oh yeah. Shoot, the missus, she always what you say about the show. We got to hear about sports. Yep.
Yeah, we got to hear about that sports, man. Hey, I mentioned Morgan State for the MEAC.
Yeah.
Do you think they? Sorry about that.
Uh-oh. Oh yeah, we still gonna talk about them bands, man.
Hey, you think they got a good chance to win the MEAC? Morgan State.
If they
that
got
defense
the quarterback,
gonna be cold, bro.
The defense gonna be cold, but the quarterback always gonna come into question. Even Markham, even my boy Banks, Markham, he'll tell you like the QB is always gonna be the main issue with Morgan. Like the defense is always gonna be A1 because you got a defensive minded coach in Damon Wilson. But other than that, man, and Coach Sewell, who was almost a damn godsend to go up to Morgan. But yeah, I don't know who Southern QB is. I think it's Harold Blood, but we really don't care. What's going on,
Man, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? The savant is here.
Man, we
It's
got
time.
it's
It's time, baby. It's
12 days.
time.
12
Hey,
days
man,
till
look,
kickoff.
my uncle JB said I get 350 yards and 6 touchdowns first game. That's what he told me. He told me that about 2 months ago. So, but now seriously though, if you look at the QB room at Jackson State, they got 3 guys, man, that can start anywhere in the SWAC.
Yeah.
Anywhere. And to be totally honest, and I'm not talking with blue and white glasses on, that's even at Texas Southern and FAMU. They would have to sit. I'm serious. There's no way any one of them 3 quarterbacks that I've seen, there's no way there's no quarterback in the SWAC right now is better than any one of those 3 that I saw. It's no way. No way. No way.
Brother,
I
even
think-
Jeremy Musa.
Jackson State got 2 former Mississippi high school player of the years in that QB room. 2. Do I need to say anything else?
No, they're
I'm
good.
gonna say this one more time so it can sink in. They have 2 former Mississippi high school players of the year in the QB room.
Now I'm gonna say this for all my FAMU fans. I will give Jeremy Musa his credit because he
beats up on lesser competition. He hasn't He hasn't even thrown 300 yards total against Jackson State in 2 games.
Oh, just one. But no, I was just saying with Musa. I'm just saying this is with Musa, man. He can be poised in the pocket. He does have an arm. I just want him to be better as far as reading his progressions. I don't care what he does with everybody else, but I just know with us, we gonna make his life a living hell again. But everybody else,
it's gonna be a living hell.
Everybody else, I'm still gonna give him his props because it can't nobody go out there on that field do what he do. I'm talking about just from us. I'm just talking about for
this
us.
year it's gonna be hell on the SWAC anyway, because this is Jackson State has a team that just off defensive line alone can go 10 deep, and it's only 4 positions. There's only 4 positions on the defensive line, but you can go 10 deep.
That's true.
That's crazy. That's different kind of football. That's different. People can say, "Oh, well, they just talking noise. They just talking." No. I've been around football a long time. I repped in college for 12 years. I know talent when I see it. I know it. And I'm the one that actually saying that Alcorn is going to win the West.
Whew.
And that's still my prediction.
I would not be surprised if that happened.
Man,
they got some talent over there.
You about to
man, Tyler Macon is it.
Yeah,
he is it.
He's really
he's that. You remember the guy? You remember the guy that was winning games for them prior to Jackson State? That Trigger man.
Yeah, Felix.
All over. And he's a taller version with more accuracy. He got his QB. And normally when McNair has his QB, he normally wins. You got to give him credit now. He normally wins.
So hold on.
Ahead.
I got a question for y'all. Before I'm gonna jump off this subject for a second. I want to ask y'all about our players, our HBCU players in the NFL right now, and how y'all feel that they did this past weekend. Because I watched part of the game on Saturday with my Cowboys. I did not know Marquise Bell was all over the damn field with 10 tackles the whole game. I saw Shaq Davis from South Carolina State, who's with the New Orleans Saints now. Saw him make a spectacular catch like he was back at SC State. But like I said, the gem on the night was for this past weekend was Emmanuel Wilson from Fort Valley. 111 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. What y'all think about the even Zay Bolden, 27-yard kickoff return. He did get beat on the touchdown pass against Tank Dell, but that was a nice matchup.
Hey, in fairness, Tank Dell is gonna ride up anybody.
Oh my God.
he been killed it, man. I didn't blame him for that. That was about the goal line too. So
oh my God. I was like, bro,
yeah.
I had not known Buddy was like that.
Yeah, he's the real deal.
I mean, those guys, you got to give them credit. I mean, Isaiah Bolden, James Houston, and damn, what's my linebacker name? Aubrey Miller.
Mm-hmm.
They actually special players. If you look at them, they special. If you look at, I mean, Aubrey Miller, only thing Aubrey Miller is doing, it's no shock to me. He just playing his game. Houston just playing his game. He just playing the way they normally play. And how I knew Houston was going to make it, because if we rewind a couple seasons ago, when was the last time you see somebody ride a stationary bike? And Jackson State used to bring the stationary bike to him, and he'll ride like an hour before the game, then go put his pass on, then go play football.
That boy was warming up.
I mean, that's special. I mean, and if you look the way Aubrey played last year and the year before, every time there was a tackle, people used to kill me talking about, well, he wasn't good in coverage, but he made up for it, though. You see, every time there was a tackle made, he was in that area.
Mm-hmm.
That's NFL talent. That's NFL talent all the way. And Zay, you don't have to necessarily worry about him being a corner. He'll just be, I mean, kickoff return, and punt return, and he'll be all pro at that. He'll be all pro with that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's gonna get on kickoff return, he's gonna get 30 yards because he did it the other day. And that was against the pros.
And if he didn't get clipped, that would have been a touchdown.
Oh yeah, that would have been a touchdown. That would have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
Mr. Allen, Mr. Fred said they got James at third string DN for the Lions. Like,
oh, that won't last long.
Oh,
that won't last.
That won't matter.
Because Mr. Fred knows this. If you watch last season when they put James Houston in the lineup on the other side from Aiden Hutchinson, those two was knocking heads off.
Yeah, that won't matter. He won't be there long. That's probably just like some higher rated draft picks that they picked up. But that won't last.
This past year for the draft, they didn't pick up no other defensive ends. They had some on the team. They had that boy. They had the other guy from Michigan too. That was on the other side when they played in college. Man, James is better than that guy. I don't care what anybody say. James is better.
If you ask me, James is up there with Hutchinson.
No, that's what I'm saying. But him and Hutchinson. When I'm saying this, when they put James Houston in the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side with Aiden Hutchinson on one side, because Aiden Hutchinson is 6'7", 260. That dude right there is already a man child, and both of them can play the run.
Yeah. But James Houston has something that you can't coach. So he has that motor, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at some of the best defensive ends, rush ends in football, they all play the same, and they all have that motor. I mean, look at Bosa. Look at the other Bosa.
Yeah.
Look at TJ. Look at both the Watt brothers. Guys like that. They all play the same because they have one thing in common, and that's a motor.
Oh,
and when you have that type of motor, man, it's tough. It's tough to defend because they going at 100 miles per hour from the first quarter to the fourth quarter.
I know
That's
what's probably
that's
got
a
it.
60-minute game.
He got a motor. He got a motor too. And he nasty with it. Michael Parsons. Oh my God! And they're gonna have him on. They gonna have him on the line too, on the edge. Boy, I
Hey,
was like,
this is
oh.
amazing, man. No matter what the media does to discredit these HBCU prospects, athletes in the draft, they keep showing off. And I like what this brother said about James Houston as well as Aubrey Miller. They play the game. They're not you. You can't even tell that they're fighting for a roster spot. They just go out there
No,
and knock someone's
no,
grill
no.
out.
No, they
It's
just
fun to
playing.
watch.
They playing it the way that they normally play. They ain't looking at, okay, this is for a roster spot. Nah, I'm just out here playing the game
Right.
that I love and playing it to my ability. And their ability just so happened to be NFL worthy,
Yeah,
So
I get and
uh,
I get that, and I get that. Let's shout out to some other guys that did some things this weekend. Andrew Farmer, who's defensive end from Lane College, out there
Mhm.
making plays. Isaiah Land. Hey, DJ, we Cowboy fans, right?
Oh yeah.
Isaiah Land, they had him on the line. His hand was in the dirt. He made what 3 consecutive plays. He had the offensive tackle call for holding 3 consecutive plays, and he didn't have to worry about as far as just like showing off like off the wall type stuff, but stuff like that would get you on the team, would make you get looked as like, hey, we got to move this dude up. Now the only
yeah,
knock
y'all got
about
the
this,
cheat code.
the only
Y'all
knock
got the
about
cheat
this,
code right
the
now.
only knock about this though was that one drive, the throw that the QB did. He bounced off like 3 dudes, and he bounced off of Isaiah Land too, because he had him in his grasp. It was for a sack. It'll probably be like about a 7 to 8 yard sack. But I don't know how he did it, but he threw a strike in the end zone for a touchdown. I was like, you know what? I
And
really
let me
want
tell
to
you
watch.
this about Land, because I've heard this on Cowboys radio. Apparently, Dan Quinn has a vested interest in Land. So if he doesn't play this year, they're going to stash him, like so no one can get him, of course, and develop his game because he's at the perfect team. Dan Quinn, he's like a mad scientist.
Oh
And the
yeah,
same with Marquise Bell. You see, Marquise Bell was all over the field, both safety
That's
positions,
all pro,
linebacker.
all pro, all pro, all pro, all pro,
Uh-huh.
all pro, all
and
pro.
and I'm just
All
saying,
pro.
yeah.
I've been watching football too long. All pro. Just trust me on that. Marquise Bell, if he gets to start, all pro.
Woo!
All
But
pro. If
but
he gets to
I know.
start, all pro.
Well, you talk to 2 Cowboys fans like with that safety position. When you got J-Ron Curse, I call him a switchblade. J-Ron Curse and Donovan Wilson are switchblades. Malik Hooker can cover, can run, can hit, he can do everything that you need. If
Yeah, he
he
comes
gets
out
back,
there. He comes up from that Ohio State pedigree. I
yeah.
mean, they
If
teach him
he
how to do that. Yeah.
if he in that same mix, if he gonna be in that same mix, bro, that defensive secondary. Plus, you really ain't got to do too much anyway because
Man, if I
Trey
was Dan
Trey
Quinn, I'm running
Trey
4-2-5. I'm running
Trey
4-2-5.
Diggs on one side gonna lock up, and then Stephon Gilmore is on the other side that's gonna lock up too.
I'm running. If I was Dan Quinn, I'm gonna make the game dirty. I'm gonna run a 4-2-5 because I got the defensive backfield to do so. See, a lot of people run a 4-2-5 and they just putting in players, onesie twosies. But he has 5-6 guys. Matter of fact, he has what's called a core 8. See, the core 8 that derived from teams like Georgia and Florida back in the day, Florida State and Alabama, LSU, teams like that. See, the core 8 is when at each position you have at least 8 players that can start at any given time.
Right.
Man, if I was Dan Quinn, man, please, because y'all gonna need to run a 4-2-5 versus the Eagles, because the Eagles are loaded. You're gonna have to do it, and I'm gonna give a shout out to the NFC East. That's the best. That's the best. That's the best division in football. Yeah,
Hey, go on and give us our shout out. Go on and give us our credit. But I
Hey,
like
I
to
will. I
hey,
will.
we've been the EA. Hey, we've been giving the Rattlers some love, man. I ain't talking about.
Oh yeah.
I
What?
told
I just said Marquise Bell is all pro if they started.
what did I say about FAMU players playing for the Dallas Cowboys? I
Well,
said
he all
I
pro. I
said
don't give a
I
damn if he
love
played for Saskatchewan Roughriders. He'll be all pro.
I said I love FAMU for coming to the Cowboys because they gave us 4 Rattlers on our squad. That is Bullet Bob Hayes, Hall of Famer, Nate Newton, who should be a Hall of Famer, Marquise Bell, and Isaiah Land. Other than that, I don't care. Now, if Isaiah Major come on there, boy, look, that FAMU, the Cowboys pipeline is gonna be rolling. Cause the thing I'm gonna give credit to where credit is due about FAMU as far as their defense goes. They are fast, they are quick, and they can hit. I give you that. I give you that. That's about the only credit I'm giving. And I'm a Jackson State person too. That's all about the only credit I'm gonna give you. Blue said this. The NFL grading system has Davius Richard as an undrafted free agent. There's only 1 or 2 SWAC players that have draftable grades right now for next year. I want to know who the 1 or 2 is for out of the SWAC. And it's crazy to have Davius Richard as an undrafted, projected as an undrafted free agent. But
Man, I hope
it is what
Davis
it is.
Richard turns up this year, man. I know he'll turn up. That's a talented quarterback. I mean,
Well, that boy got talent coming out of his pinky finger.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, that
I hear
young
you,
man is
I
talented.
hope Davis
Oh,
Richard
snap.
just
He
turns
talented.
up in a major way.
9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. He talented. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Hey,
But
I
y'all
wanna
better watch
ask
out
y'all
for
this.
my Bears this year, though. Watch out. Watch out.
You talking about Morgan State?
No, I'm talking about
Oh,
Chicago Bears.
NFL. Oh,
Yeah, Chicago
Oh, they
Bears.
was good, man.
Yeah. We finally got Justin Fields some weapons. Finally. Finally, somebody that can actually catch a ball in their hands and not catch it like they playing sideline kill back in the day.
Hey, man, they was like, man, Justin Fields ain't running. Well, of course, he got weapons. When you get weapons, you don't have to run as much. I think where Doc at? He'll be back on.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
but I do like that. I do like that DB down there. That plays at Southern. This is senior year. That Carter kid. He can play.
Oh yeah, he cold.
Jordan Carter.
Yeah, he can play. He can play.
Sorry about that,
He can
y'all.
play.
When 9 o'clock hits, the missus turns off all the kids' electronic devices, and I think she put my laptop on that one, so I have to use my hotspot. But it's all good though.
But seriously, I hate it. I do hate it for Niles Gaddy. I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I do hate it for Gaddy and Savion though. They made a big mistake. And also to give another update, what was old boy Stud Steel?
Yeah, David Stutz, he ain't got no look at yet.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Some of these kids that, and I'm gonna say it like this, and I don't know if I'm gonna be blunt with it, but I'm gonna say it like this. Some of these kids don't understand that once you leave a program, and if that coach ain't willing to bring you back, you are in limbo.
Even my partner kid, he third string up there at UT Martin. Michael, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he third string up there.
So some of these kids' best bet is to stay at the school.
Yeah, but that needs to be a symposium to teach these kids, man, when to leave, where to stay, uh, leaving for coaches. That's the worst decision to ever make because you don't know what they're going to use you as. It may not be the same thing. You know, coaches go to bigger schools, so they got different plans. If you got a starting position and you're playing at a great university, no matter what level it is, great fanfare, why leave? And that's the only thing about this transfer portal that doesn't make sense. Now it's positive bringing in great talent, but you know some of these kids that like JSU will bring in someone that graduated somewhere, like a graduate senior or someone that's close to graduating, and they could like once you graduate, if you got like 2 or 3 years left, that's a smart transfer.
Oh yeah, I mean it's something like what Shiloh did. You know, he knew
Right.
that he gonna graduate, and he knew he transferred before he graduated that he wasn't gonna be able to play. So why don't you just go ahead and stay where you at, get your degree, then go ahead and put in the transfer portal because
Now
that's
Blue
the only thing
saying,
that I would see.
you see that right there?
Now it's a
He
start.
said that.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
starting as Missouri. I think he will start at Missouri, but it all depends, man. Look, I just want him. I just want him to be excellent at what he do. Brandy Debo is at Middle Tennessee State. Yeah, Debo went to Middle
The
Tennessee State.
website listed now's got it as second team
Oh,
on the
second
projected
team.
stuff. Yeah, it's second team outside. He's second team linebacker.
Mm. Nah, he got to put his hand in the dirt. He got to put his hand in the
I'm
dirt.
looking at the depth chart right now. They got it
Oh, I
listed
know, I
online.
know. I know. I was just saying when you say he's a linebacker, outside linebacker, but I'm just saying to me, like I think his best ability is his hand in the dirt.
Still, the worst transfer at all. Again, we say it again. The not now, Savion, because you
Yeah.
just had 1,000 yards. You could have had a repeated 1,000 yards. You're in the radar. Once you have multiple 1,000 yards, that don't matter what level of football you're at. You're at least in that radar of potentially getting drafted, getting looks. And man, I don't
And
even
this
know if
who he
he's in
playing
third
behind.
string.
Raw, he playing behind McCaskill. He playing
Cavassier.
behind Cavassier Smoke. He playing behind that 5-star running back that was the third rated running back in the nation. And he playing behind that running back transfer from Florida State. That's a
Oh yeah,
lot,
that's tough
man.
sledded, man. That's
That's a
tough
Bro,
right
he
lot.
there.
should. That is a
That's
lot.
a
He should have.
lot.
To me, that was he should have stayed in Jackson.
Yeah, he'd have got 1,500 yards this year. Was probably more than that with the offense that they're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
But you just man, well, I'm gonna say this. I ain't gonna say with the offense, but I'm gonna say with the hogs that JSU
Yeah.
has this year. They got some hogs for real. So I hate it for the young man. He made a bad decision. He played with the internet, what kids do. Hell, my son, he does it too. But now, does he have the ability? Yes, he does. But man, that's a lot, man. That's 3 different guys that will get looks at the NFL that you got to go against every day.
Ooh,
That's gonna be
hey,
hard for
EA.
Savion to see the field, man. EA, I don't
Yeah.
see that.
I mean, for him to close out games, I don't know, man. Like it all like it just depends on what type of offense that Sean Kelly is going to run. I mean, Sean what's his last what's the offensive coordinator for
Yeah, from
Colorado?
Kent State. He
Yeah.
was the head coach of Kent State. Y'all know what these air raid offices, man. You got to be at least in the 2 deep. They ain't about to run no 4 running backs out there. That's gonna be tough.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Blue. I see what you're saying. Thanks for the update, bro. We do got a loaded backfield as far as running back. JD Martin, Herb Mulligan, Ezekiel Johnson. Like I mean, I
Moultrie.
love
You forget about
Moultrie.
Moultrie. Forget about Moultrie.
Yeah, Desmond Moultrie. Yeah, we got a loaded backfield. We have a loaded backfield, and I like
Oh
our
yeah.
chances with our backfield. Is it the same as Grambling's backfield? We won't know. Cause I had to somebody put on there. I watched a YouTube one day. I think I was at work and I watched a YouTube and I was watching Floyd Chalk where he was at Bishop Alemany back in at high school. And all I just see was, I'm glad that Jackson State got to play that that dude right there.
Well,
Cause he
I
hit.
think Jackson State backfield is comparable to Gramblin's. I think it's just not as good
Oh
as
yeah.
Southern's. Southern has. I think they got the top RBU
Yeah,
in the SWAC.
Yeah, I give Southern. I would give Southern its credit, y'all. Having the best running back room in the SWAC with Kobe Dillon and Carla
Yeah,
Gunn and like who was the dude that he was injured last season? One of them was injured. He came back this year. Like that backfield.
Then they got the
Right.
transfer from Alabama State. So
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
they got Gary Quarles coming in from Alabama
yeah.
A&M. Like
I mean
yeah,
A&M. I'm sorry,
yeah,
A&M,
yeah,
A&M. But
they got a
I
formidable
think,
backfield.
but the thing about it is the guys that Jackson State have in the RBU room, you have 3 guys that can go for a grand. But with Mulligan being 1, JD Martin being 2, and again, you gotta think about that bowling ball, Moultrie, man. He runs a lot like Savion, like that bowling ball type of style. So
I
I
mean,
mean, that's a deep room, man. It's a deep room, and TC just knows what I love about TC. He understands the need of competition in each position, and he also understands the need of having strong suitors at each position. So in case of injury, there's no drop off.
right. So
So
I
the
would say
SWAC finna
FAMU
find
do have
out.
I say FAMU got a loaded backfield too. I won't discount FAMU's backfield. I just feel like they had to get to me with FAMU. They had to take that pressure off of Musa to run the ball, and that I think that's what Coach Simmons wants to do.
Yeah, that's
He just
fine.
ain't gonna.
But
He just
you
not
ain't gonna
gonna do
do
it
that against Jack State. Yeah,
against
you ain't gonna
us.
do that against Jack State. You ain't gonna you gonna have to this year you're gonna have to put the ball in the air with Jackson State because of it's too many defensive linemen. It's too many great defensive linemen that's coming in. I mean,
Yeah.
you got 2 guys from LSU, you got a guy from Florida State, you got a guy from Ole Miss. I don't even want to keep going. And none of those are Doyle, Williams, Devontae Smith. None of those are them. So I mean, it's the talent is there. It's there, and it's deep.
So
It's
I
deep.
was at
It's very deep.
we was at SWAT Media Day, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at Devontae. I was looking at Devontae Davis, and I looked at him. I was like, first of all, he's a legit
He's an animal.
6'3".
Yeah,
He's a
he's an
legit
animal.
he's a legit 6'3", DJ. Legit 6'3", but he like a grown man, like a
I
grown man.
mean,
And I
he's a
was
big
like,
old
bro,
goddamn. He's a doggone silverback, is what he is.
oh my
He's a
God. I was like,
silverback. Yeah.
and they been
Anytime you flip over 350-pound lineman with one arm, yeah, use a silverback. He was silverback.
And he ain't get no recognition either from the front. He ain't get no type of love from the folks at Media Day like that.
Man, that's
It don't
surprising.
To
matter.
be on the first
It don't matter.
team or second team, I was like, to me, I was like, that's the total form of disrespect. And I think Blue told me, he's like, man, they just disrespected your boy. He said, what you mean? Like, they just disrespect Devontae Davis, not putting him on preseason swag list whatsoever. I was like, what in the world? But yeah, man. We got it's 12 days.
Corey Fields up next. He's in the batter's box. He's in the batter's box.
Yeah.
And then we'll
I'm
move on to Jeremy All Swag Musa.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, we got Southern. If blood bleed out.
Yeah, he'll probably been bled out before we even play him.
Hey, but besides FAMU, what's going to be the toughest opponent on Jackson State's schedule besides FAMU?
Texas State.
That's it.
What about
Southern gonna have to prove Southern gonna have to prove that they can throw the ball.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna have to prove that they can throw that ball. Because the thing about it is you're gonna have fresh bodies coming in and out the game. So that run is going unless their offensive line, come to play, because typically Southern does have a great offensive line year in and year out. I give them credit for that. But it's gonna happen. It's gonna come down to the substitutions too, and are those guys in shape like that? Because they're gonna be Jack State more than likely will be. I'll say this. Excuse me. If I was the DC, I'm rotating. I'm rotating probably two at a time. On that defensive line, just to keep everything in tow. But I think probably Alcorn.
Yeah, Coachman there got a few tricks up his sleeve, man, and you got a few tricks up his sleeve. We still got Texas Southern with Andrew Body and that whole class coming back. We got Bethune-Cookman, Alabama State with that defense right there, led by Coach Bubba Adams. They got to score. Which that interview will be next Monday at 7:00. So everybody, y'all come check that out next Monday at 7:00 with Bubba Adams. I've already got the word from Travis Jerome, who is the SID over at Alabama State. We've been keeping in contact with each other, so we all good on that. Today was their first day in class, so that's the reason why I had to kind of just I had to maneuver and shuffle around some things with the show for tonight, because it was supposed to be the interview tonight. But you're talking about Alabama State, and then you got Alabama A&M, which the only thing about Alabama A&M is who's going to be the quarterback.
Quad
Okay.
needs to be. Well, like I said, one thing about me, although I love JSU, but me, I'm going to be fair. I'll be the one on here telling you about different players on different teams. But if I was the OC, Quad, it shouldn't even be close. Quad, but now he lanky. Now he shaped like a match. Big head, little body, long feet, but he can slang it. He can slang it.
That's funny, y'all.
He can slang it.
Big head, small body.
Would it be crazy? Alabama A&M just miraculously have a great year, because no one has really been talking about them. They come out of nowhere and just steal some wins.
I believe, but he has a talent to do so, though. He has a talent to do so. I mean, it wasn't ever a question of his ability. It's just a question of getting somebody to play with him. See, he reminds me of like that Jalen Hurts, that Justin Field. I'm not saying he's good as them, but I'm saying he reminds me. He puts me in that type of ram. The guy from Arizona. He reminds me of them. But he has to have people that's gonna show up. Don't just dress out. Get your uniform dirty with him, man. Play with the man, because his skill set is there. I mean, it's there. His skill set is there, but it's just you got to have people play with him, man. I mean, it is what it is. I know I'm gonna disappoint people, but I just don't believe in Grambling. They loaded, but it's their CEO, man. I done been around that guy, man. I done ref games when he was there, and I just don't believe in him, man. I just don't. I done seen him live. I'm talking about on the field live. I done seen him with the headset on, and we over there laughing in our huddles like, why did this fool call this play? But I just don't believe in him. I mean, sorry, Graham fam. I don't believe in your CEO. He just got to show me. He's just never been successful on any level. I'm sorry. I hate to say that, but they do have an offensive coordinator that came in, and he's pretty good. He's pretty good. But, is Hugh gone Hugh? That's the thing. Is Hugh gone Hugh?
Hey,
that's the thing.
Hey, chat. Put that as a quote. Is Hugh going Hugh?
Yeah.
Hugh.
Because I done seen it too many times. I done seen it way too many times. Way too many times with him, man. Way too many times, man. I mean, way too many times. I've just seen it, man. But I think the dark horse of the SWAC though, Raw and Doc, it was something, man, when I looked in that young man's eyes. You know how you can look in somebody's eyes and they had like this rage? Prayer view. Watch for him.
Mm-hmm.
Conley ain't playing. Now, unless the Academy Award goes to the best actor. But when I was looking him eye to eye, he's hungry. That young man there is hungry. He hungry. And they're gonna let him throw the ball this year too.
Go out on a high note.
I don't blame him though. I don't blame him. I mean, he has talent. I mean, and then you got to think what these kids got to understand now is that you have multiple professional leagues now. So you want to go to battle every week. Okay, let's say you don't make it to the NFL. Hell, you go to the CFL, XFL, USFL. You have multiple leagues now.
Yep.
And you can still get a paycheck for doing what you love. As long as you put in the work. I mean, look at old boy that was at Jack State a couple years back. The boy from New Orleans, Warren Newman.
Mm-hmm.
He killing up there in the CFL. He's killing up there. I mean, he's really destroying up there. So, I mean, you just gotta. But like I said, you got some great teams this year. I mean, you got Southern, Texas Southern, Previe, Alcorn, Jack State, Florida A&M. I'm gonna say Alabama State because of their defense. Sleepers might be A&M. Sleeper might be Valley, because I don't think Kendrick Wade is the type of coach that's going to accept defeat too long. Because he's not used to losing. See, he come from that Delta State program, and he's not used to losing like that. He doesn't like losing like that, because I don't think he would leave a winning program to go to a loser. I just don't see that happen.
I was looking at him, and everything about him said like, oh, we like how Colorado say we come, like, nah, we coming, we ain't stopping nowhere. Like that's what I saw with Kendrick Wade, man.
Hey, their quarterback, the transfer from New Mexico State, he's gonna keep them in games.
He's not gonna be the quarterback though.
He's not gonna be the quarterback.
I'm gonna tell you, gonna be the quarterback. He was at SWAC Media Day. Jamari Jones. I think he got better over the time. Jamari Jones gonna be the starting quarterback for Valley.
But see, Valley has a great replacement. That young man, from y'all neck of the woods. He's an incoming freshman there.
He talking about Jaden Sis from he from
Yes, sir.
WT White, man.
Oh, he can sling it. He can throw it all over the field, under the barn, over the hill, up the mountain, and everything.
So
Yeah,
one
he
of
can
the
play.
dude, yeah, he can play.
He can
So
play.
one, but yeah, it's gonna be Jamari Jones gonna be the starter quarterback. But it's good that you got Dino as your, if he could a capable backup who could turn into a starter, and then Jaden is going to be right behind, soaking in all that knowledge. But like I said, if Valley could
I
get
think the guy
5
from New
games,
Mexico State gonna win. I think they're gonna go with Jones to start out, but I think I'm like wrong now. I think that guy from New Mexico, I think he's gonna eventually overtake him.
Bro, I
I,
saw
I yeah,
last year. I saw a
yeah.
game when they played against or 2021. They played against South Carolina State. It was on ESPN Plus. Dino had 3 touchdowns against them, against that team that had Jacoby Durant. And I'm just looking at the skill set, the ability to spread the ball to different receivers and not telegraph. Kind of like Musa. When Musa decides to do that, of course. That can win you games in the SWAC. You don't have to be Superman to win games in the SWAC. Managing the game is an underrated skill set for a quarterback.
yeah. I think that's the reason why, if you think about it, 2 years ago, that's the reason why FAMU was good, was as good as it was when they had Rashawn McKay running them,
Mm-hmm.
running the show, because he could manage the game. He ain't had to go out there and throw the ball 30, 40 times, get 300-400 yards. All you had to do just manage the game. You give me 250 yards with 2-3 touchdown passes, and then you could run, hand the ball out to a talent like Bishop Bonnet. Of
Yeah,
course you're
but
going to
see,
win.
they played that Clemson style offense, and see,
Yeah.
Coach Simmons, he can't go back, because you got to understand that's where he began receiving his pedigree from. He was learning under Bowden's, one of the Bowden sons.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that Clemson offense is still what he's trying to do, with multiple reads for the quarterback, with the inside slot game, curls, outs, dig, and then delayed draws for the running back. Because notice they run a lot of delayed draw. That you rarely see them go out of I formation. They're gonna do a lot of delayed draws, with their running backs, and that's the same thing with Clemson.
Nah, they're not gonna run out of I.
And that's why I said they never do. I said they should. Because last year that big old running back they had that's coming back this year, I mean, that boy was 6'2", 245 pounds. Why wouldn't you go power I with him?
Right.
I mean, if you want to get some yards, I mean, those delayed draw, they only work so much. But like I said, he runs that same type of offense with Clemson, the Clemson runs. But like I said, the problem that he's going to run into with a team like a Jackson State is because the defensive line is so stout. And those big boys, they're gonna have to be his O-line. I'll say this: his O-line is gonna have to be in tip-top shape.
See,
They're gonna have
this is what I like to talk when we talk about here. We talk about football, nothing else, but we having a football conversation. This was this is what Coach Hayes was on this show the other night on Saturday night. He was doing the late night thing, and the night shift, and he basically was like, he wanted to talk football, and he wanted to just talk football. I'm like, but all these people with they glorified like takes and everything at school, especially about the Colorado stuff. I'm like, bro, here's the thing. I don't know. It doesn't have anything to HBCUs, y'all, but somebody on that show said that Bo Nix, the quarterback at Oregon, was overrated. Turn around and then said Bo Nix got his coach. If you look at the games that he played in, his first year he went 9-4 as a freshman, as a true freshman. The last 2 years at Auburn, he was he was 6-5 and 6-4 as a starter.
Well,
But
that was because of Gus Malzahn. I mean, Gus Malzahn, he's a runner. He prefers, like, he runs like deep RPO, and really you can't even say RPO with him because he loves to run the football. He loves to run the football. So I don't think that was Bo Nick's fault. Yeah.
That's what I said. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, I told him, that's like, the way y'all talking about Bo Nix, like the way he was playing, like he got his coach fired. I'm like, no, his coach got fired. His coaches got fired.
Mm-hmm.
That was a dumpster fire at Auburn.
Yeah.
And of course,
when they brought him in, I mean, it was that wasn't the right move.
When they brought Brian Harsin in.
Yeah,
Brian
Harsin.
Harsin.
Not Gus Malzahn.
Harsin.
My fault, Gus Malzahn, but Brian Harsin. Yeah, when they brought him
Brian
in,
Harsin was
that
terrible.
just wasn't. Yeah, that wasn't. That was kind of like that Hugh Jackson. Like, why would you bring him in? Like, it's just, you just got to see it, man. I mean, like I said, and the thing about it is, though, if I was Grambling, what I would have done, I would have brought back Bruce Eugene. That's what I'd have brought back. I'd have brought Bruce Eugene in there. I'd have brought, at least bring him in there to coach quarterbacks. To coach the quarterbacks, be possibly the OC or co-OC. That's what I would have done. If I were them. But like I said, just based off ability with Texas Southern, with Andrew Body, the only thing they can just hope that he doesn't get hurt this year. That's the only thing they can hope for. But he will win some games. He's gonna win a lot. He's gonna win some games. He'll win some games. He'll win some games just off his talent alone. He's that guy. He really is. But I think, they're still in a rebuild at Pine Bluff. They're rebuilding again at Bethune. I think I really believe that A&M possibly can win some games. But it's just, for some strange reason, Coach Maynard just hates defense for some strange reason. I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
It's out. Yeah, and it's the opposite down the road with Eddie Robinson, because he hates offense. So so if you combine their defense with their offense, they might be, they'll be a doggone good team.
Yeah, it would be a good team.
Yeah, they will be a good team. But I think it's wide open. Like I said, Southern will win some games, but they're gonna have to depend on that run a lot, because, like I said, them QBs that they have, now they got one, but I don't know if they're gonna play him though. The guy from Georgia, he's an incoming freshman. He's good. He is good. Georgia, Atlanta area. He's good.
Okay.
He's really good. He's really good. But I don't know if he's gonna get to start, because the thing about it is, you have to understand with Coach Dooley, he's very loyal. And Blood has put in the years of being in that program, because I think he's like a 5th-year senior,
something like that.
Yeah, so he's put in the work, but I don't see it. I think Adrian Crook and all them gonna be crying some long nights this year. I'm serious. Just because, the thing about it is, you think about it with Jackson State. I'm not trying to give people the blueprint. I'm just telling you the truth. You have to be able to put the ball in the air. You're not gonna be talking about your running back for the run 30 times. There's only one running back that's able to do that against Jackson State. It's only one.
Jarvis.
Yeah, there's only one. It's only one. Everybody else, man, you better have committee. Because they're not gonna, Jackson State, this defense is not gonna give up 300-yard rushing. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
We're gonna talk about some more football, because we're gonna get deep into the sweat right before the season starts up. They're gonna be on the next show. But we got to get this initiative going. We got to get it jump started again for the child speech impediment right now. So if you haven't done it by now, make sure that you go ahead and hit that cash app for the donation. Everything that we donate will go towards that initiative, and you will know what I will be doing with that money. So ain't gonna be no funny business. we don't do funny business over here because I'm too pretty to go to jail. I'm too pretty to go to jail. But other than that, man, it was good to have football conversation tonight. It was good to talk about other things that kind of, in a sense, kind of correlate with what we have in the HBCU realm. What else? No slack in the swag. What's good, bro? But yeah, man, we got a lot of things going on. So make sure y'all hit the cash app to do the, to send in for the donation for the child speech impediment. Also, you want to become an exclusive member. You can hit the join button. You got 2 tiers, purple and blue. Every time when you become an exclusive member, basically we will give you everything that you would have, and then some. Also, also, the money that you do when you sign up for the exclusive membership, it goes back to go towards either an initiative or to the channel. So I don't really keep the money. I don't need to keep the money. I ain't saying I got it like that, but I just don't keep the money like that. But make sure you become a subscriber. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you become a subscriber. If anybody wants to talk about, watch something about good HBCU content, good HBCU football, just sports in general, anything that happens with our institutions, make sure that you share this show, share this channel with them, and they become subscribers. And we are one big happy family. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Let's get it going. Let's get it done. Try to get 2,000 subscribers by the middle of September. Let's try to get that. We are, let me see, 145. Let me see, 100. We are 141 away from 2,000. Let's get these subscribers up. Let's turn these people. Let's turn these watchers into subscribers. I'm just letting y'all know. And if you want to donate through the channel, the super chat is open. The super chat is always open for you to donate through there also. So there's ways to do all this, y'all. Like I said, everybody who celebrated birthday this August, for the month of August, everybody, happy birthday to everybody. Like I said, my co-host Simona, happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to Bleed the Blue. Everybody who had a birthday today, happy birthday to everybody who had a one today, tomorrow, and so forth. But as always, this has been HBCU Tonight, episode 35. In correlation, in conjunction with HBCU Overdrive. Make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you comment, share, most of all, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell to get everything HBCU Overdrive. All right. I know everybody's over here going at Ken's channel. Shout out to the KC 1400 folks over there, man. And I will be joining over there in a few. But as always, y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay dangerous. And also, because it's still summertime and it's still hotter than Hades, stay hydrated. We out this thing until Wednesday. Peace.